My dear student, welcome to my online class. Hope you are well by the grace of Almighty. Today I am going to discuss about the past time. Our today's class content are expressing past time, the simple past, form of the simple past in regular verbs, form of the simple past in the verb, regular verbs pronunciation of ed endings, spelling of the ing and ed forms, suffrage the past work, started rain, her clothes got wet. Today she is taking extra clothes to work. Where the sentence describes the usual activities of day-to-day life, that's indicate to the present tense. The action indicate to the past, happen in the past, using the past time indicator, that will be the past tense. See, we graduated from the class in 2007. The 2007 that indicate to the past time. That means past time indicator. What happened in the past? The simple past. Our family had lunch. Our site is study. Study is the past time indicator. Or you studied English for 6 hours last Wednesday. And last year also indicate to the past, and that is why this is a simple past. That means the action happened in the past. Using the past time indicator, you'll have to use in a simple past tense. So our family at lunch, our site is study. And Faria started English for 6 hours last Wednesday. That means activities or situation began or ended in the past. This sentence here uses past time indicator studied last night in 2007, which is indicate to the action began or ended in the past. There was the movie last night. Last also indicate to the past time. When in a sentence, if you see the past time indicator, that will be in a past simple tense. Alexandra answered the question in study. Was plus ed, was, and answer plus ed and answered. In a regular verbs, that means this is called the weak verbs, the verbs which follow the certain rules to conjugate from one from two in other forms. Here only take the ed after the verb was and answered. We slept in the tents at Camp last summer. Last also indicate to the last summer, last winter, also indicate to the past, and that is why we'll have to use in a past simple tense. So we slept in tents at Camp last summer. I understood most of the direction you studied. That's indicate the past time indicator. That is why we'll have to use in a simple past. But here we will see the uses of some irregular verbs. That means strong verbs. The verbs which does not follow the certain rules. It is the irregular verbs. So sleep, slept, understand, and understood. Eat, ate. Expressing the past time. Then I was a lifeguard last summer. They were in Belgium in the last months. So simple fast form of the verb, past tense. If I using the verb to express the past tense, we'll have to use was and were. Simple fast form of the verb was and were. Forms of the simple past in regular verb. We started school last week. We started school. That means we use the verb in a past form. So look at the statement. I, you, she, he, it, we, and they. Then we'll have to write the past form of the verb. Started school last week. You will see in the sentence there is a past time indicator. We'll have to use the past form of the verb. But negative, I, you, she, he, it, we, they, we will see the all kind of subjective form of the pronouns. Then we'll have to use the did not plus base form of the verb. I did not start school last week. You did not start school last week. She did not start school last week. He did not start school last week. We did not start school last week. They did not start school last week. So in case of the questions pattern, interrogative sentence, first you will have to use the auxiliary verb, then after we will have to use the subject. But if there is no auxiliary verbs, we will have to write the helping verb did very beginning of the sentence. That means before the subject. Did I, did you, did she, did he, did it, did we, and did they start school last week? Then we'll have to use the verb in a base form. And in answer, we'll have to write yes or no, because this is the yes-no questions. There is a three types of questions. One is yes-no questions, another one is informative questions, another one is embedded questions. The interrogative sentences start with auxiliary or helping verbs. In case of in a response, we'll have to use yes and no. Yes, I, you, she, he, it, we, they, did. In case of the affirmative, we'll have to use did. But in case of the negative, no, I, you, she, he, it, we, they, didn't. So using the be verb in the past time. I am in a class today. This indicates to the present tense, but I was in a class yesterday. So look, yesterday indicate to the past times. That is why we'll have to use was. I was in a class yesterday. So look at the comparison between the past time and present time. I am in a class today, but it will be in a past. I was in a class yesterday. John is here today, but John was here yesterday. We are happy today, but we were happy yesterday. Look the be verb according to the singular and plural pronoun. I was, but we were. You were, and he were. She was, he was, and it was. Then they were. I, she, he, it plus was, but we, you, and they plus were. So look, in case of the I, she, he, it plus was, we'll have to use the be verb was. But when you see subject we, you, and they plus, we'll have to use the were. So now let's practice. In the present tense, we'll have to use I plus am. I am at work today. But in case of the past tense, what will I have to do? I'll have to use was. I was at work yesterday. Look at another example. In a present tense, we'll have to use is. He is in the fall today. But in case of the past tense, we'll have to use he was. He was in the fall last week. Look at another example. The moon used tonight. In case of the present tense, you'll have to use is. In the past tense, we'll have to use was. The moon was used last night. Regular verbs, but the verbs which follow the certain rules ended with the ed. How can you pronounce? That means pronunciation of ed, the verb which follow the certain rules to conjugate from present form to past form. So look, she talked to me for an hour. She talked to me for an hour. Talked. This star sound. Look at the some rules. Talked. Stopped. Hissed. Worst. And voiceless sound plus ed, then we'll have to make the sound talk. What is the voiceless sounds? At the time of pronouncing, there is no vibration in our vocal cord. There is no vibrations. That means no vibration in our vocal cord, and that will be the voiceless sound. Talked. Stopped. That means star sound. There is a three way to pronounce the ed in a fast form.
Ta, it.
For example, In case of K, there is no vibration. At the time of pronunciations, there is no vibration in our vocal cords. P, CAs, and SAs. Regular vowels, pronunciation of ED ending, that means called, rained, toss on, lift, rubbed, stayed. That means vowel sound. Thus, at the time of pronouncing, when there is a vibration in our vocal cord, called, there is a vibration in our vocal cord at the time of pronunciation. Rained, large, that times in it will be a toss sound. Look, L, and fig, fig, all vowel sounds. Regular vowels, pronouns of ed ending, t and d, then pronounce with it, waited, needed. So the word ends with t and d. Pronunciation will be the it sound. Let's practice. Behave, that will be the ta sound because there is vowel sound in the vibration in the vocal cord at the time of pronunciation. Behaved, ta sound. Plant, the word ends with the T, pronunciation will be the it. Planted. Spelling of ing and et forms, we are learning to speak English. End of the verb, there is a two consonant. Look, help, helping, helped, learn, learning, and learned. That means two consonant, at plus ing and at ed. So the verb which ends with the two consonants will have to use ing and ed. Two vowels and one consonant. The verb ends with the two vowel and one consonant. Look, we'll have to use ing and ed after the verb. Rain, raining, and rained. Hit, hitting, heated. Add ing and add ed after the verb. So the verb ends with the one vowel and one consonant. We'll have to repeat it. Consonant. Stopping, stopped. Plan, planning, and plant. So double the consonant. When you see the verb ends with one vowel and one consonant, we'll have to double the consonant. Then add the ing and ed after the verb. So one vowel and one consonant. Look, visiting, offering, visited, and offers. Fast syllable stress. At the time of pronouncing, if I give the stress at the fast syllable, what is the syllable? Segment of the word, part of the word. That means if I stress the fast part of the word, we didn't need to double the consonant. Visiting, visiting, visit, and we have given the stress in the fast part of the sentence. Offering, offer. That means first we will have to we have given the stress as the first part of the sentence. Then we didn't need to double the consonant. Visiting, visited, offer, offering, and offered. One vowel, one consonant. Look, prepare, and preparing, and admit, and admitting. A second syllable and double consonant. When you give the stress in a second syllable, this is the disyllable word, but when I give the stress in the second syllable, so we'll have to doubling the consonant. Preferred and admit, preferred and admitted. So adding the ing and ed. When you see there is a two rules, one vowel and one consonant. If I stress the fast syllable, we don't need to doubling the consonants. When we give the stress in the second part of the word, and then we'll have to doubling the consonants. Then we'll have to use ing and ed after the verb. End of the verb while, play, play. End of the verb with the y. Play, playing, played, enjoy, enjoying, enjoyed. So look, vowel plus y, keep the y. That means we don't need to omit the y. And then we'll have to use ing and ed to make the ing form and ed forms. Verb end of the y, look, worry, worrying, study, studying. But consonant plus y, in case of ing, we'll have to use y plus ing. But when you see y replaced by I, then we'll have to use ed. When you see consonant plus y, in case of ing form, we don't need to omit the y, only using the ing. That will be ing form. And when to make the ed forms, we'll have to omit the y. Then we'll have to use ed to make the past form of the verb. Studied and worried. Die, dying, tie and tying. Look, the verb ends with the ie. In case of ie, we'll have to write y plus ing to make the ing form. But in case of the past form, we don't need to omit the ie, only used d after the verb. Then it will be made the ed form, past form. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.